Please join me for our opening meditation song on page 28. We Are One, accompanied by Anne Dalamo. We are one with each other as we share the love of Christ within. We now open our hearts and our minds to receive. We are open, ready, willing, accepting, receiving our And as we close our eyes for a moment, let go of the outer, step into the inner with a nice deep breath, breathing in and out. We unify with that divine nature that we are, that beautiful inner one that guides us, protects us, and shows us the way. We give thanks for this beautiful day, for this wonderful service, and for the inspiration that we gain from each other. Thank you, wonderful God within all of us. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. Just taking a nice deep breath, breathing in. Coming fully awake, alert, aware. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Reverend Mary Ann Kelly, and I will be your leader for today, and I welcome you all. We are the teaching of the inner Christ. We are a metaphysical teaching that assists everyone who so desires and who contacts us in contacting the center of divinity within each and every one of us. There is that place within that when we contact it, when we have conscious contact, we know that we are never alone. We always have that divinity, that guidance, that love, that truth, that makes our world just really easy to live in. We give thanks for this. And I'd like to welcome each and every one of you. Also in our video audience, welcome, and thank you for joining us. If you're not in the San Diego area, we would like to offer you our online classes. In September, we will be having a class in inner sensitivity, which is our basic course, which does help you to reach that center of divinity within. So please check out our website, www.teachingoftheinnerchrist.com. We welcome you and look forward to seeing you in class, online classes. I'd like to invite each and every one to check any little electrical devices that make little noises, to mute those little noises. Make sure they're either off or muted in some way. That way everyone can enjoy the service without, gosh, is mine off? Yes, yes it is. So, do we have this week any prayer demonstrations? We have one I know of. Our Reverend Brigitte has returned to us from Germany. Thank you for coming back.
And my prayer was to come back safely and in one piece, and that has happened.
And here you are. Yeah. So that worked. Thank you, God. Anyone else have anything they'd like to share this week? Okay. Well, a little later on in the service, we will be doing a prayer for everyone here for our heart's true desires. And in your package, you'll find this little prayer form. It's a prayer request for. And if you'd like to fill out that and put it in our prayer box request in the back, prayer request box in the back, our prayer circle will pray on it for 2 weeks with you. And your job then would be to let us know how the prayers have demonstrated. If you'd like for us to continue the prayer, if you'd like to give us another prayer, if you'd like for us to change it ever so slightly, whatever it is, let us know. Keep us informed, because that helps build our faith in our prayer power as well. So look for that in your little packet this morning, and and fill it out if you like, and then later on we'll do that prayer. And let's see, what do we have now? We're going to sing a song if you'd like to. If you'd like to join me in that, in your prayer, in your songbooks, your Grace songbooks, on page 46, we have a song entitled, I'm Going to Sing When the Spirit Says Sing. Going to be accompanied by Ann Delamo, so if you'd like to rise, turn to page 46.
I'm gonna sing.
Sing.
I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. And obey the Spirit of the Lord. I'm gonna shout when the Spirit says shout. I'm gonna shout when the Spirit says shout. I'm gonna shout when the Spirit says shout. And obey the Spirit of the Lord. I'm gonna pray when the Spirit says pray. I'm gonna pray when the Spirit says pray. I'm gonna pray when the Spirit says pray. And obey the Spirit of the Lord. I'm gonna work when the Spirit says work. I'm gonna work when the Spirit says work. I'm gonna work when the Spirit says work. And obey the Spirit of the Lord. I'm gonna love when the Spirit says love. I'm gonna love when the Spirit says love. I'm gonna love when the Spirit says love. And obey the Spirit of the Lord.
Okay. Thank you all. Oh, you're in fine voice this morning. Well, we have some events coming up. Let's see. Starting with this month, we have next Sunday is Potluck Sunday and Birthday Sunday. So if you'd like to bring a pot with something in it, some food to eat, we would love to share that with you. And also, if you have a birthday during the month of August, we'll have a cake for you. And anybody who forgets to bring a pot next Sunday can go to the store and bring us some ice cream to go with the cake.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Let's see, we have, next month in September, we have a new class starting, taught by Reverend Dr. Brigitte Heimers, who's back freshly from Germany. And she's going to be teaching Prayer Therapy 1. And would you like to say something about that class?
I would say prayer is really the foundation of everything and the fulfillment of your desires. So Prayer Therapy 1 is showing everyone a certain way of praying, and we're always having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. That's where we learn how to heal ourselves through
Heal
prayer,
ourselves, heal others, and the world.
Well, yes,
The world
indeed.
needs healing. As
Yes,
we
it
know.
does. Yes, it does. Also next month, online, for those of you online, we'll be starting inner sensitivity, as I said a little bit earlier. And so look on our website, www.teachingoftheinnerchrist.com. Look under locations, and then go to online outreach classes, and you'll find out the information on that. And you can also register online for that. Love to see you all. We have, as you know, we have been featuring a book of the month lately for each month. And this month we have The Women of Angel Fire. And this is written by Diane L. Keyes. And she's a beautiful person who has been with the Teaching of the Inner Christ for many years. She's a friend of Teaching of the Inner Christ. This is a story of friendship and transformation. It's a fun read. It's an easy read. And when I picked it up, I didn't put it down until I had finished. And it was a fun read. And then it's a trilogy. And we're trying to talk her into making one more. And then after that, one more. Anyway, it's about some women who support each other in the various forms of how they get together. And it's just, well, I won't tell you anymore, you'll just have to read it. It's just a wonderful book. I think you'll really enjoy it. Let's see here. Coming in September also, on the 18th, we will have a guest speaker, and that will be Arthur Hammond. And he is a retired Unity minister who comes to us every once in a while, and he always packs the house, bless his heart. And he is a speaker of metaphysics. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author. He's just a wonderful man. So come and see us on September 18th. And then the following Sunday will be an all music Sunday. So anyone who wants to be a part of that, please see Kayla Rose Carroll, and she will sign you up to help us with the music on our all music Sunday. I believe that takes care of the announcement. Oh, there's one other thing. For those of you who are here, we have these little notebooks, or these little books, and they're for discs, compact discs, and whatever kind of discs you want to put in there. And it's on a love donation. You just give us whatever you'd like to for it, and it's yours. We have a whole bunch of these. We were going to use them for a different project, and we decided on a different cover for that project. So they're there for a love donation. So if you have discs all over your office, ooh, that's a good idea. Oh, do have that. Well, maybe I'll have to get some of these too. But anyway, it's a good way to compact your compact discs. Bring them together. I believe that's all of the events that we have so far. Well, now we get to have some music. We have Reverend Richard Musel, who is a musician. He's a composer. He's a comedian. He's a speaker. He's a teacher. He's all of these things, and he's going to do for us The Beauty of the Earth. It's a solo by Reverend Richard Musel. Please help me welcome Reverend Richard.
Well, this isn't a funny song. This is just an old hymn. So some other time I'll tell a joke.
Okay.
It's called For the Beauty of the Earth.
Okay.
Some of you probably remember it. It was written back in 1864, so you might have heard of it. Been around a while. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the wonder of each hour of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild. Lord of all, all to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For each perfect gift of thine to ourselves so freely given, for thy constant love divine, peace on earth and joy in heaven. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
Thank you, Richard.
Just like on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on. It was. Our inspirational reading this morning comes from the Daily Word. Some of you take that. This is a publication put out by Unity. And the reading for today is God's kingdom of light and love is established in our hearts. Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, suggested that our thoughts should be used bringing God's kingdom of love and light and order and beauty and health into the earth, into the lives of all people. Like Myrtle, I seek to serve the world by seeing the perfection of God revealed in everyone. Centering myself in the presence of Spirit, I bring my loved ones and all of those I pray with to mind. I do so with the awareness of the radiating Christ presence within is greater than any outer circumstance. God's kingdom of light and love is established in my heart as I affirm that divine love flows to them and through them. I see my loved ones strengthened, revitalized, guided, and supported in every area of their lives. We, for our part, will devote ourselves to prayer and to serving the world. And that comes from Acts 6, verse 4. Our speaker this morning is also a minister here at the Teaching of the Inner Christ. She is a teacher of English as a second language in the community colleges. She's a person who is an animal lover, especially cats, and any cat that shows up at her doorstep finds a meal, and probably a shot and a neutering as well. And she has a depth about her that is most inspiring. Please help me welcome today, speaking on our inner Christ supplies love, peace, and mental clarity. Please help me welcome Reverend Elaine Fuller-Zachey. Excuse me.
Well, good morning. Our inner Christ supplies love, peace, and mental clarity. Our inner Christ is that perfect spiritual center that each of us has. And it does supply love, peace, and mental clarity. Yes? Oh. Huh?
Is it on?
Is this on? Wait.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, dear.
Yay.
Hi.
Bye.
Well, our inner Christ, that perfect spiritual center that we all have, does supply love, peace, and mental clarity. Our inner Christ is always supplying those things because it's what our inner Christ is. Okay? Our part here is to accept it. You know, accept it, recognize it and accept it, know it's real, And let's take a look at, morning prayer and meditation. Maybe you meditate and pray at a different time during the day, but morning is good. And when I take a little time, even a little time to engage in meditation and prayer in the morning, my day goes more smoothly. So when we do it in the morning, it sort of sets up our whole day. It's how we can all achieve a better, more love-filled, peaceful day and experience more mental clarity about how and what to do in that day. When there are a lot of demands on me, I seem to have challenges with mental clarity. It's like, this, that, and challenges with peace, and therefore with loving my day. I find that I can organize my day a lot better when I go to my inner Christ in meditation for guidance and request that He work through me to achieve order. I know my inner Christ, Jesus, channels organization as I make a list of things to do on a 5x8 card. 5x8 card, yeah. 5x8 cards are good for me and probably for you too, because they're big enough so they don't get lost that easily. It's not a little sticky paper that falls on the floor and we can't find. It's big enough so it doesn't get lost, and it's sturdy enough so it doesn't get crinkled up that easily. So it's doable. I check things off as I go. Without this, when I have a lot of things to accomplish, I seem to just go in circles, experience a lot of anxiety, start something and leave it to go on to the next thing, get interrupted, start another thing and leave it to go on to the next thing, and on and on and on. And I seem to forget things too. One thing pushes its way into my mind, then another and another and another, and so on, just piling on top of each other, possibly giving birth to just stress, stress, stress. Have you ever experienced anything like that? Sometimes I feel as though I'm just buried with to-dos and have-tos, and I become immobilized. That's without the inner Christ guidance. So that inner Christ guidance works for me. Prayer, meditation, and a list, all with my inner Christ guidance, is a much happier and more productive way to approach my day, and to approach it with mental clarity, love, and peace. That's better than stress, stress, stress. And I'm nicer to other people like that too. So what about you? How do you handle having a lot of different things to do during your day? What works for you? And does your inner Christ have a role in it? If so, what? Or do you maybe need to adopt a new Christ-guided approach to love, peace, and mental clarity that leads to a happier, calmer, and more productive you concerning getting things done? Would anybody like to share how they do this?
Okay. I had a black belt in procrastinating at one point in my life.
Oh, okay.
But I do, at this point, things do get done. And there's just like in daily life, there's a lot of stuff. But some people have given me some very good hints, like start your day over, first things first. And in the morning, there's a process of waking up, so I just usually move around. And the first thing for me is gratitude, and to greet the primary parts of my family, Mary Ann and the cats. And sometimes I go outside and see what the neighbors are doing. It's a nice, busy neighborhood. And then I don't make lists so much. I know what things are, but I pray for clear thought. What needs to be done first? Is this stuff really important? So that the central things are done first, and things kind of come up in their own time. Divine order. Sometimes appearances are deceiving. Like if your house looks like a construction site, like ours does sometimes, it means there's work being done. So, another thing is just to take breaks during the day. People like have their spiritual time in the morning, and then you go out and run around the world till things hit the fan. And but to take breaks in between, like in Islam, people pray 5 times a day, or they're supposed to, and to stop and connect. So for me, a lot of it is stopping and connecting. Again, priorities, first things first, and the first thing is our connection. So that can be at any time of day, at night, before we go to sleep. So it's an all-day thing, or whenever you get a chance. Okay, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So everybody else.
Yeah.
Probably has
Does
some
anybody else have
handy
anything
things.
to add? Does anybody else? How do you organize your day?
I don't.
And not yelling at people.
Coffee first.
Absolutely.
That's all I have to say.
Coffee first?
Then I yell.
Oh, yeah, coffee first is a good thing.
Then I yell at my roommates.
Well, we have our own
Didn't
ways.
anybody bring donuts?
No.
No donuts.
We have our own way. Thank you, Anne.
You're very welcome.
I've also started to actually tell people, including my husband and cats, that I can do one thing at a time.
Right.
I can do one thing at a time. So when they see me running around with my hands full of stuff and putting this here, putting that there on my way to somewhere else, and they say, I want something, I can do one thing at a time. That, and that lets them know that they're important. I'm going to pay attention to them after I take care of this and wherever else I was going. So, all right. Yeah, sometimes I call on my inner Christ to guide me about what to do before I go to bed. When I do that, I frequently wake up in the morning with ideas in my mind. And that's a good thing too. Then I can write those down, do this, do that, da-da-da. Sometimes I use this approach in art, writing, and teaching English as a second language. I also like to call on my inner Christ to channel through at the moment I am involved with art, writing, or teaching English as a second language. And I invite my inner Christ to have a good time while I'm doing it. Sure, it's fun. All those things are fun. I love them. So, inner Christ, have a good time. And so I write, paint, or teach the words, images, or lessons my inner Christ puts into my mind, and sometimes I change what I previously planned to do at the moment, because I get this new information. And we can reach that important inner Christ during deep meditation. When we meditate, we state our purpose, such as to experience our perfect peace, love, teaching, or healing. Anne and Peter Meyer, Teaching of the Inner Christ, or TIC, co-founders, state, and Being a Christ, this book, on page 21, At the Christ level, we are aware only of the Christ mind thoughts of truth, good, love, peace, harmony, and oneness with life. Spirit gives no recognition to the error thinking of the outer mind, nor to the collective race mind consciousness. The Spirit within is our true, real identity. Our outer bodies are only cloaks, which our spirit self wears in order to express as a human being. Oh, and collective race mind consciousness that I referred to is all the past and present thoughts of all the people, whether true or untrue, and they just kind of stay around the planet. And we can tune into those if we desire. TIC teaches us certain steps to going into and then out of meditation. After calling on our inner Christ for guidance and stating our purpose, we close our eyes and become still and quiet and at peace with the outer world. That's number one. Huh? Second, we relax the physical body by releasing tension part by part of the body and sit in a relaxed, open position in our chairs. This is reaching a light meditation. The third step is relaxation of the conscious mind, the intellect. We may feed it Christ's love, joy, and peace. Then we relax the subconscious mind, and we may send it to Christ, love, joy, and peace. Then we become quiet, in which we greet our inner Christ for the perfect teaching, healing Christ experience. When we finish meditation, we go out in reverse order, right? It's a little like a hand, 5 steps. We may give ourselves love and joy with each step. Being a Christ goes further into meditation, right? In Lesson 2, Part 1. Each time we meditate, we lift our consciousness a little more. We see life differently, experience more harmonious thinking and living, peace of mind and health. As we engage in a practice of deep meditation, we are more open to spiritual truth and joyful living, and less involved with challenges in our lives. Christ awareness influences our daily lives more and more. Right? It adds. Each time we meditate, it adds. Being a Christ on page 24 states, the purpose of deep meditation is better living. A good meditation always leads to correct action. Why correct action? Because it's inner Christ guidance. Why better living? Because we accept the love, peace, and mental clarity that our inner Christ supplies us. While in a Christ-led light meditation, while I'm in it, not afterwards, but while I'm in it, I sometimes write, also known as writing through. Paint, also known as painting through. Or envision what to paint, which is clairvoyance. Maybe I sketch it out. Information about the painting comes, as a rule, it comes gradually and in steps of the painting's development. I do this thing that I get from my inner Christ, and then comes more information, the next step, and then the next step. You know, it's not all a finished product. I've never seen the whole finished product. No, not really. It develops. And maybe you experience much the same thing. Maybe you write through or paint through or something through. Maybe you hear music or a voice. Experience a fragrance. Feel heat or cold. or maybe feel vibrations in the body. Huh? It's all good when our inner Christ is leading, and we each receive the right inner Christ-led meditation experiences in the best way, not the way another person may experience it, right? Because it's all unique. And as I heard Reverend Ann Meyer say many times, God doesn't use an assembly line. And meaning each creation is different with different needs and different approaches to life. And this applies to our meditation too, in these signals that we may feel, right? Or things that we may hear, or visions. When we take the course, Inner Sensitivity, and this is the textbook for that course, we go into meditation in more detail, as well as have guided practices by licensed and qualified and experienced teachers. So I encourage you to do that once, twice, or more, because every time we take a course, we learn more. Through regular meditation, our inner Christ can open us up to receive and accept the supplied love, peace, and mental clarity. So let's do that, so we can live better, happier lives. We deserve it, don't we? Sure we do. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, now, thank you, Elaine. Now we have an opportunity, also in your packet, there was a little envelope like this. And what that's for is for supporting the teaching of the inner Christ. And those of you out in internet land, you can do so by going to the donation portion of our website if you'd like to donate to the teaching of the inner Christ to help it keep it going. And so we can go ahead and put whatever we would like to give in there. And if you'll turn to page 15 in your programs, we have a blessing of the tithes and offering, if you'd like to say that with me together. Blessing of the
Love, peace,
The love and
peace we now give to TIC promotes its loving,
joyful
expansion.
Thank you, wonderful God. Would the usher please come forward? And now we'll sing Lord, I Do Give Thee Thanks on page 74, accompanied once again by Ann Delamo.
Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. All that we ask we receive. All that we're seeking we find. Each door we knock on is open to us. Now I can see by the light in my heart. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. For the abundance that now is ours.
So we bless this offering, knowing that it goes to keep the teaching of the inner Christ alive and helping others who wish to seek to experience that inner Christ going. And we bless the people who donated the money, knowing that it returns to them in full and in kind and multiplied. Thank you, wonderful God, for the law of circulation. For we know as we give, so we receive, and in kind. And thank you, wonderful God. So it is. And now, if you'd like to take your prayer form, or if you'd like to hold it in your heart, let's say a prayer now. This is a treatment for everyone here and everyone in our audience for the fulfillment of their heart's true desires. We know that God is the source of all. We know that God is the creator of all good. God is all-powerful. God is omnipresent. God is divine love. And God expresses itself through all creation. We know that we are all one with God, the source of all. We are all one with the creator of all good. We are all one with the power. We are all one with the omnipresent. We are all one with divine love. We are all one with God as a creation of God. I claim for each and every one of us here right now the fulfillment of our heart's true desires. And I accept for all of us here the fulfillment of those heart's true desires as God's desires for us, working through us now. All error thought, fears, or false appearances are now healed, forgiven, released, and let go. And in the vacuum they leave is the fulfillment of those heart's true desires made manifest. So we give thanks for the fulfillment of all of these desires being manifest right here and right now. So trusting completely in the universal law of attraction to respond, I release and let go. Let God within me do the rest. So I give thanks to the wonderful God within all of us. And so it is, so we let it be. Amen. And now, once again, with the song, Take Me to the River, Reverend Richard Musel will lead us into our meditation. So let's give him a round of applause now, and we'll remain silent after he finishes. Reverend Richard.
You know, I'm thinking about how we get in tune with spirit, which Elaine was talking about. Sometimes we make mistakes. I got 2 copies of my one song. I gotta go get the other song.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
gives me a chance to, oh no, here it is.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
Gives me a
I'm
chance
trying to think of a joke to tell.
Well, see, when you mentioned a comedian earlier, then I thought, well,